Alright, hello everyone, welcome to this new video. I am George, your lovely, I guess, teacher in this thing? I don't know, I was just told to do this. So basically I'm gonna teach you how to use Tahoma. Yes, the wonderful program that is free. Alright, so basically, you're gonna open up Tahoma, and it's gonna open like this. Of course, you won't have any of these recent scenes, but, well, I've been working on this program for quite a while. I mean, anyways, so, we are going to just make a new scene. So, this right here is where you're going to name your scene, and you have different projects, of course. Different projects go with different things. You can make a project, and it will go into whatever file you want. You can customly choose a file, but right now I'm just going to make a random thing. I'm going to name this George's Tutorial, because the great George, is so smart. So you can choose the frame rate over here and how big it is. So this is what you're gonna, this is the regular YouTube, if you want to have like a YouTube video be in landscape mode, you're going to want to do this. But if you want to have it in shorts mode, you're going to reverse both of these. So this one will be 1080 and the height will be 1920. Now, for frame rate, what I usually do is go by the 12s. Because, well, I mean, let's be honest, no one wants to draw 24 frames. I mean, some people do, but, Anywho, I'm going to name this Trial 1. Alright, so you open up to your new scene, and you're like, wow, so great. So you see your little timeline down here. This is a lovely little thing. They have little thing. It's so lovely. But it's a little confusing. I mean, you have your frames right here, but oh no, I just clicked something and it made a new, what is this, column? Well, basically these are your layers. So you just, if you draw like that, then you're gonna, I don't, sometimes I confuse myself. Okay, listen, man, it's been a long fucking day, okay? Anywho, so basically what you're gonna want to do is, once you make a new little frame, you're gonna want to go up to, raster, because that's where your fucking brushes are. Sorry, I'm swearing, but I wish it just said brushes or something. A lot of people don't know where they are. And you get a lot of different brushes. You can mess with all these how you want, but, I usually just go for the brush. Because it's simple, and it has pressure. If you put in pressure, like this up here is your toolbar. So you can choose the size, the opacity, which if you wanna, deal with that, that's lovely. You can make it an eraser. You can lock alpha. I don't know what that means. You can use pressure. So if you don't use pressure, it looks like this. But then if you use pressure, you can, whoa. Sorry. You can change the size. It's lovely, okay? The harder you press, the bigger the line is. The lesser you press, the lesser the line is. Basic stuff. So you're gonna want to take your little tool, and you just, so you have a little, just draw a little something, I'm gonna draw a little, yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful. It's a frog now. Oh, that just made it creepy. Anyways, so you're gonna want to take your little frog dude and, just add another layer, maybe give him eyebrows. Yeah. So let's say you want to hold this frame. So you're going to want to go into implicit hold, and if this is not clicked on, you're going to want to click it on, okay? Because if you don't, these frames won't be that drawing. But if you click on another frame, it changes it. It's hard to explain, but, you know, it's very lovely. That's all I can say. Now, you're probably wondering what this red and green thing is. This is your onion frames, okay? Sorry. So when you go like, it will show the frame ahead and the frame behind it. You can toggle these in preferences if you want to go into preferences, of course. You know, you can do like saving and all that stuff. It's very, you know, it seems very complicated. But so for preferences, the thing that I would want you to do is just put save automatically. It's what you're gonna need because sometimes you forget to save something and then all of a sudden you just lose it and you're just sitting there like, why did I do that? Why did I waste so many hours just working on something that's gone forever? So anyways, so basically you're just gonna want to make a stupid little animation, you know? Make them little... Oh, I don't even know what I'm making at this point. I'm kind of scared. See what it does. Oh, whoa. Also, this is your, this little arrow shit over here. This is your little fucking time thing. Yeah, that's good enough animation. So, what I usually do for, like, color and shit is I go down here and there's an opacity lever, okay? So you can make it the type of opacity, but you're gonna wanna, when it renders, you're gonna wanna get rid of these frames if you have like colored frames and shit. Cause those will still pop up at the end of your render. It's a very, very interesting, lovely thing, you know? Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Anyways, so to color it and stuff like that, you're gonna want to go over to the color wheel. Beautiful. Absolutely. Oh. And sometimes you have things that are not, you know, colored and stuff. I'm not actually going to make a line art because this is just a simple animation and, you know, maybe I just don't want it. Why are you trying to make me do the fucking coloring line art, bro? You wanna fight? Don't mess with me, bro. So here we have a little frog, dude. Little frog. Anywho. So, that's our little frog. Now, I used the bucket tool. There's a text tool. I never use it because it crashes my thing. There's a color picker. Sorry, I had to break the voice, but, pickle. Anyways, so there's a, color picker, where you can, use, like, a reference, put it out here, and just, you know, absolutely game, you know. There's a grid. I've never used that. There's stuff for vector layers, which vector is a wonderful drawing thing, but I don't use it because it was a little bit too tricky for me, and I like raster because I like the way it looks and there's more brushes, and, yeah. But, I mean, like, look at these goobs. Look at that goob. Anyways, so, yeah, so those are your basic tools. A lot of these, like the eraser tool is right here. And then, oh yeah, the hand tool, that's how you, like, move around the screen. There's one tool I never want you to use if you're a beginner, because it will mess you up. This one. I mean, you can move your drawing around and all that stuff. Well, watch. Imagine if you accidentally tilt it. And then your whole entire animation is off. See? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so like, if it messed me up the first time I used this program and OpenTunes. I accidentally did this to one of my animations, and I was like, why can't I color outside there? And yeah, that really messed my whole entire drawing up. Anyway, so you're gonna get to a point in your animation where you're like, oh, you know, I want to render it. So you go under render, you go to fast render to MP4. It just takes a few seconds, depending on how long your animation is, and boom, it's done. And it goes onto your desktop. Now they have different windows over here, like stop motion. That's good and all. There's the timing, never use it. FX, I do use, but you know, it depends on how many layers you have and stuff. I'm going to teach you something I wish I knew. It's called collapse tool. So, oh yeah, also double. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk, you know. So, here, I'll teach you this first. If you right click on this, you come up with a bunch of shit. So, there's delete cells, paste cells, copy cells, you know, you got all that good stuff. Lip sync, I've never used. That's pretty cool. Anyways, but what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to duplicate your drawing. If you want to duplicate your drawing. So, like, what I usually do for my animations is that I use a little duplicate, and then it just gives that little bounce to it. But, you know, sometimes that don't work. So, it don't look good. So you're going to want to do 2 duplicate frames. And now this is where the magic happens. Okay, so you're going to want to do one lower, one big, and then one regular. And then it adds that little bounce, that little lovely bounce that everyone likes. And yeah. Also, so to collect, so what I usually do is make all of this one layer when I finish an animation. So I take this, I press shift, I go like that, I press collapse. Whoa! And then I go into FX, this lovely tool. And I go insert, and there's a bunch of different FX that you can do. I would usually put on the seeing up here. See that little icon? So that's where you can see the actual changes that you're doing. And I'd go all the way over here. So you're going to press insert, and then you can say, always press insert, not add, because then you have to actually hook it to the scene, and it can be confusing for early on people. So body highlight is what I usually do. And with this, it gives you an actual ring around it, you know? It makes it a little easier. Now with this, you can change any color you want. You can even invert it. That's how I usually do my color scheming in my animations. Now, it has a little bit of a rough edge there. So what I like to do is I like to take the blur, and I like to make it around 40. So it gives it a more blended look. And you can change it to however you want, you know. You can make it, ooh, look at that. Or you could have like a little darker green. See, you can make it a little gooberish. And of course, it's going to render a little bit. Yeah, there we go. The scene is So, yeah, and then what you would do is just you can add as many body highlights, like one for the inverted and then one for the outside, and you know. But the thing is that it hooks to the whole entire scene. So if you have like different scenes with different color schemes, you're gonna have to put it on different layers, so you can do the body highlights differently. Anywho, there's plenty of other stuff, like if you want to make a light source or, just fun stuff. There's rendering, there's shaders, stuff that you can mess around with all you want. Now let's say after all this, you don't like the setup of this thing. So if you don't like the setup, then you can make your own. So you're going to want to unhook this wonderful lock, and you're going to want to right click on one of these rooms. So you're going to want to click new room, and wow! So with this new room, you can click panels, and with this you can like take an X sheet. Wow. Let's say you want a viewer. So let's say, come on. Sometimes these are a little rough. So, yeah. So that's the thing, and then let's say you want this on the side. You're gonna probably have to do it like this, and then sometimes you have to actually like get out of there. And then there's the panels with the palette. Oh shoot, not the global palettes. There's a lot of different panels and stuff like that. So palette, I usually like to put on this side. Then toolbar, and you can just mess around with however you like. But that's the basic of this whole entire program. But just mess around with it, have fun, and have a good day.